The leader of the Conservative Party in Wales has just resigned, and because a lot of people don't really know what's happening in Welsh politics, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a crash course in what's happened, why it's happened now, and why it matters. So this guy is Andrew RT Davies. He is the leader of the Welsh Conservatives, and he has just stepped down, but has said he won't leave until there's a new leader in place. So why has he resigned? Well, last week, a lot of his members, his Senedd members, so that's the Welsh Parliament, so Tories inside the Welsh Parliament, came to him and said, we want you to step down, this isn't working. He then responded by going, well, I'm going to hold a no confidence vote. That no confidence vote was held today, which is December the 3rd, and he won, but he only just won. It was only a few votes in it. And he felt his position was untenable, so he's resigned. Now, it's been a very long road to this point. So he's had a string of controversies. So he was criticised for comments he made about a school serving halal meat in the Vale of Glamorgan, which is his constituency. The school has said this just isn't true. That isn't what we were doing. He was criticised about comments he made about child asylum seekers coming to Wales who were getting some state support. He was actually investigated by the Standards Commissioner for that. He was also reprimanded within the Senedd because he kept using the word blanket to describe the 20 miles an hour limit in Wales, and it's not blanket. He also, and this is what caused a lot of friction within his party, did a Twitter poll. He posted a poll on social media where he asked about whether the Senedd should be abolished and whether we should abolish devolution. And lots of senior members of the party were just like, well, our party supports devolution. Why are you putting this out there? But I think the Conservatives would actually, their politicians would forgive all of these things if the polls look good. But the Welsh Conservatives are doing atrocious in the polls at the moment. They're doing really poorly. The latest polling over the weekend suggested that they're in 4th place. Now, at the moment, within the Senedd itself, they're the opposition. They're the second biggest party. But the poll suggests that in 2026, they could be 4th behind Labour, Plaid Cymru and Reform, which would be just a collapse for the Conservative vote. And he needs to, when I say he, I mean Mr. Andrew RT Davies, needs to be held himself accountable for how this has gone, because the way he has positioned the party has been bizarre. He has gone super down the reform route. He's gone really populist in his social media. He's done weird limericks talking about people being woke. It's absolutely bizarre. It doesn't strike you as a first minister in waiting. And I think what the biggest error he's made is that he's treated Wales like England. So that kind of populism might work and be more effective in England. But in Wales, it is a slightly more left of centre and more moderate political environment. And he's essentially trying to appeal to quite a small, not an insignificant, but quite a small group of people, when actually in the centre of Welsh politics, there's a lot of people who aren't happy with Labour, who've been running Wales for a long time, don't want to vote Plaid Cymru, the Welsh Nationalist Party, and are quite kind of small C Conservative. But Mr Davies has just lurched his whole party to the right, and he's probably going to pay his party could pay the price for it, and he's now paid the price of it by no longer being leader. It's going to be really tricky for the party in the coming months, because which way are they going to go? Are they going to go down the kind of Reform Tribute Act route, or are they going to try and carve out a Welsh identity for themselves? Because for a long time, the Welsh Conservatives have just been seen as the Conservative Party's Wales branch. There hasn't been a lot that people have seen as distinctly Welsh about them. They haven't really deferred away from the UK Conservatives. And I think that's been their biggest issue for many, many years. So it's going to be interesting. Which way is it going to go? I don't know. But if you enjoy this sort of analysis, follow me on TikTok, X, Blue Sky, and you can subscribe to my newsletter, which is called the Will Hayward Newsletter. Thanks.